3v3 faction war. This is Valhalla Oilfield and Grey Knights versus Chaos. Game 1. First up, we have Dark Riku, 3 brother captains on the Grey Knight team obviously. Alongside is Caeltos, lead designer of Elite Mod, and Winkel rounds them off. These guys are durable commanders that can walk through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and support fight in melee combat. For the red Chaos team, first up with Noisy, Plague Champion, starts off range combat with a damage overtime bolter, can get melee weapons, good versatility and utility, can build turrets and repair but is slow. Alongside, where's he gone? There he is. Tyger is a big Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and disruption, fights in melee combat. And rounding off the red team is Pibb, plays a Chaos Sorcerer, very good manipulation and disruption, fights in melee combat by default, has a bunch of spells to ruin your day. We have triple heretics opening for Noisy, which he likes to do, usually into CSM and Havocs, we'll see. All 3 Grey Knight players with a strike squad. See Riku versus Tyger on the Riku versus Noisy, pardon me, on the west side, which is where the contested victory point is. I don't think we've seen this map casted yet. This is one of the new maps of 2.2 made by Max Power. Kind of like Argus Desert Gate in its point layout, though they are running in series and not parallel the points. Resource lane is on the east side. Natural victory points in the center of the map for both teams, and they contested on this west side with natural powers as you'd expect on the flanks, contested power in mid and a contested wreck as well. There's the contested power. Triple heretics into CSM for Noisy. Chaos Space Marines for both Tyger and Pibb. Tyger with double CSM and Riku going for a purgation squad. A really cool matchup, I think, Grey Knights versus Chaos, not only thematically but also in game terms. Both factions can be very aggressive. Grey Knights perhaps surprisingly so, especially in 3v3s where you don't have to individually worry about map control as much. You can get your strike squad, go straight into purgation or interceptors and bring a lot of damage to the table early. Brother captains are the slowest commanders in the game, but they do have the area of effect speed buff, so we'll see how that affects them on this rather long map, north to south. We're gonna have some big retreats back. Very surprised. Oh, we do have a double Stormtrooper build from Caeltos. Light infantry that do good damage from range, even more so with their sergeants who also make them detectors, and Caeltos does have double sergeants. Brother captain for Caeltos with Blessed Aegis, very solid armor choice. Health and health regen buff, and I think it's only 20 power. West side, Riku doing very well. Those triple heretics are gonna suffer a lot of pain to this purgation squad. They have incinerators, which are some pretty nasty flamers that also suppress targets. But Noisy has some havocs. 500 477. Are we going to see interceptors from Riku, or will he consider that too heavy for a tier 1? We'll see. Chaos Lord of Tyger going for the Harness of Rage. We could see a Lightning Claw, Dark Halo and Rage Chaos Lord for Tyger, and that is going to be decimating to Grey Knights. Unless you have a Dreadnought in tier 2, I'm not sure what else you can do to a Chaos Lord running that. Interested to see how they deal with him if that's how he goes. Winkel has a strike squad with an incinerator in tier 1, 500 470. Don't think this locks out the Psy Cannon choice in tier 2, so you can still get that. I think that's right. 500 470 1-to-1 cap. This is red team's natural power on this east side, which has been decapped by Winkel, but he needs to run away here and does run away. It's a long retreat back. Meanwhile, Tyger has decapped Blue's natural double Stormtroopers here, and you see the We Are the Hammer buff going up. You see Caeltos just turning around there to make sure he got both of the Stormtroopers into that buff, and we do see the Dark Halo up for the Chaos Lord, so most likely you are going to see that pair of Lightning Claws in tier 2, which is going to be nuts. 500 470 still. Riku has the west side, but it's been decapped now by Noisy. There's some Nurgle worship going on. No upgrades for his heretics as yet, and Riku does have interceptors, teleporting infantry that fight in melee combat. Are very good, I think. though rather expensive at 500 rec, 50 power. You get that instant jump. There it is. No time for Noisy to react there. Just about started to move his Havocs away. But now double Heretics onto them. And look at that. The Purgation coming in. That was painful. And there is the Mantle of Terror, Cantic of Absolution, which is an awesome ability. Disables everything in its vicinity that your enemies can do for, I think it's like 12 seconds or something. Doesn't sound like a lot for outsiders, but that scales pretty much all the way through the game. You're stopping your opponent from doing a lot of the stuff that they want to do. Great play versus Heretics as well, because without Doom Blast or Grenade Barrage or Worship, Heretics are pretty useless, and they can't do any of that with the Canticle of Absolution up. Noisy now has Noise Marines. He lost his Havocs on that jump. That's how dangerous Interceptors can be. Tzeentch Worship on the east side with the Chaos Sorcerer capping. Tyger still putting pressure on his VP, but it has been taken back now by Caeltos, or rather will be. And he's going straight to tier 2, Caeltos. Interceptors also up for Winkel. Riku pushing hard, maybe a bit too hard, but the captain forced off. There you see the Canticle of Absolution again. Hard to see on this map, but you saw the orange kind of flame effect. It's the same effect as the Holy Pyre from the Inquisitor. Doesn't do damage though. Also it increases energy regen of allies, which synergizes very well with Interceptors. That was some crazy damage from that Purgation. Heretics really don't like Purgation squads now. That was nuts, but Riku is forced into a full retreat. Yes, he is. So Noisy might be able to retake it, the west side. It should be able to. Meanwhile, east, Pibb is pushing pretty well. Interceptors are isolated, so easily forced off. Noise Marines over here as well. Did not expect to see 2 Noise Marines on the field. Pibb also has Havocs with that heavy bolter of theirs, and Caeltos is very close to tier 2. What's he going to go for? Quite a light tier 1 from him. Did get Sergeants, and he's going for double Plasma Gun Stormtroopers, and that is going to be awesome for them. They now have the overcharge ability, which allows them to disrupt those Plasma Guns. 473442 does majorly decrease their DPS while it's active. Got that disruption on demand from an unlikely source. It's very, very useful. Brother Captain of Caeltos with Purified Blades. Understood. And that is actually a pretty nice counter to Tyger's Chaos Lord that will drain the energy of this Dark Halo. I wonder if he got it in response to that, or if he just got it in general response to Heretics in their melee state being around. 457 and 442. Dark Halo is up. No sign yet of the Lightning Claws. You need 50 power to purchase them, is probably why. 451, 442. Interceptors are there. There's a big Grey Knight army forcing off the Chaos Lord double CSM, backing away. They do have Eternal War, you can tell by the plus icon, and those Chaos Insignias around their weapons, giving them a flat damage increase. Riku pushed off the west side. Noisy now has a heavy bolted turret, and look at the wide firing up this thing have, almost completely covering mid and the west side. There's a little gap here that it can go around. 433, 442, still has Noise Marines. Plague Champion still has triple Heretics, none of them with an upgrade yet. CSM do not have an upgrade either. 427, 442. Here comes Caeltos to help push the west side, and Winkel doing very well pushing back Pibb on this east side. Interceptors teleporting out. Riku's Interceptors do have their Justicar, but they do not yet have Nemesis Focus. This is what makes them, really pumps them up in terms of jump units. Jumping into those Heretics, you saw their Furious Intervention jump there, because they have their Justicar, allows their jump to disrupt. Purgation have snuck around and are gonna burn down this turret. Did not last long. Nicely played by the Grey Knight team. Some good teamwork there. And there's a Noxious Cloud, is that? It is. That's gonna be wasted, I think. Stormtroopers have moved away. Strat Squad, ouch, taking a lot of damage by that. Awesome. Furious Intervention again, disrupting both of those CSM squads, taking down the model Interceptors level to 2 for Riku. Here comes that Chaos Lord, still no sign of the Lightning Claws. It's got triple CSM though, Tyger. Is he going to go triple Marco Tzeentch? He is. That's going to be nuts. That's going to be so much damage to pretty much the entire army of blue team right now. No vehicles on the field. We do have a Terminator Librarian for Caeltos. 395438. Plague Marines for Noisy. Pibb has a Blood Crusher on the way. And Grey Knight's doing very well. They have the 2-to-1. And they have all of the contested points soon. Have contested power with a generator on it and 2 more generators on it. So they have 3 full power farms now. Have they overcommitted to those generators? Nemesis warding staff for Winkel's brother captain is still level 1, but this is a pretty awesome weapon. 83 DPS power melee, as well as the awesome ward ability, which he's using on himself there. 30% less damage from all sources. He's going to try and decap with it. Is he going to be able to? I don't think he is. That Blood Crusher does a lot of single target DPS, and he is forced to teleport out and retreat. Mantle of Terror also on his brother captain. Interceptors teleporting in to these Noise Marines. I thought we were gonna see them use Cacophony and see the Blood Crusher come in, but Caeltos has flanked into the east. Riku pushed back. Oh, they're doubling both sides. Red team are doubling west, blue team are doubling east. So both teams, I think, are going to lose their natural powers here. That's an advantage for the Grey Knights because they have this contested power completely. And the Chaos Lord now has the Lightning Claws. We'll see how much he kicks ass. He's level 2 now. Purgation for Dark Riku with the Psycannon's anti-everything weapon with a small area of effect, but now you see the Plague Champion with Plague Fist, so we're probably going to see Armor of Pestilence and the Icon of Noble as well. 363-419. Lots of pressure here from Noisy. Alongside Tyger. Can they wipe out those CSM? They can. Yes, they can. Strike Squad in melee combat kicking some ass there. Tyger instantly replacing his CSM that he lost. You saw the Strike Squad getting some extra energy regen from the Canticle of Absolution there. And there's the energy burst used. I think it was used on the Plague Champion there. An ability given to them by their Justicar. They also get Purification or something it's called. That gives you energy to an ally. Brother Captain's going to go down in retreat, I would think. Yes, he does. And red team pushing hard back through mid. Blood Crusher is still around. Tier 3 for Dark Riku, tier 3 for Winkel. Chaos Lord is now level 3, so he must have killed a bunch of stuff and he's retreating out. Blood Crusher is a good choice versus Grey Knights. 324-419. Level 2 Brother Captain for Winkel with that ward up, using it on himself. You have the Rod of Warpfire for the Chaos Sorcerer and Vestments of the Warp. Brother Captain teleporting in, kicking the arse with that staff. You cannot knock back the Brother Captain, he's too fat. That was a wasted Cacophony, and Noise Marines pay for it with a model loss. 311-419. Blood Crusher again forcing off the Brother Captain. Needs to deal with that, but he's gone tier 3, so has no resources. Doesn't have crack grenades on the interceptors either, and he still has the incinerator on the Strat Squad, so he's gonna struggle to deal with the Blood Crusher. And Pibb should be pushing on and hitting power here. Still pressure on Blue's natural power, I should say. Plague Champion is very low on hit points. He is fully kitted out. Pestilence and Icon of Nurgle, and there's a Nurgle Shrine that is very spiteful. This shrine will periodically heal allies and suppress enemies. Also allows you to reinforce if you worship it, which he is doing. Is it a waste though? They're 150 rec, 15 power to get a shrine up. 280, 419. There is Codicum Aeternum shrouding on those Strike Squad models, but they're running into a huge amount of trouble here. Triple CSM with Marco Zinch doing tons of damage. Noxious Cloud there. Strike Squad forced to retreat. The Terminator Librarian is in amongst things. Has a reasonable amount of DPS. I think it's 55 DPS power melee with his weapon. 263-419. This is a hell of a lot of range firepower though. That Brother Captain is going to go down. Wow. Triple CSM with Marco Zinch is no joke. Plague Marines for Noisy, and he also has Marco Zinch. So they're dealing with 4 fully upgraded Marco Zinch Chaos Space Marine squads. That is painful. All the Grey Knights are tier 3 though. Did they go tier 3 too early? Winkel I think certainly did, because this Blood Crusher is causing all sorts of trouble here. The Chaos Lord is there as well. And they have just nothing to fight this guy. 240, 419. Can't knock him down with the Stormtrooper's Plasma. He's getting energy back each hit, which is powering his shield, and he's doing so much damage per swing. Look at this, he's taken on an entire army here. Going after that brother captain who uses ward on himself to try and tank some damage, but it's not working. There is the Canticle of Absolution. It's going to stop the Chaos Lord using Kill the Weak, but that's just about it. 222, 419, he's still charging things down here. Interceptors teleport out, and he should have to retreat here. He does. That's very good Chaos Lord play. That's what the Chaos Lord is all about. 213, 419. This is a Mark of Zinch Shrine from Pibb, so it's going to shoot out Doom Bolts. Also provide 10% damage reduction for Pibb's units only. If you worship it, it will shoot out those Doom Bolts faster. Good synergy with the Blood Crusher, because it gives them that 10% damage reduction, and then you can worship for the 20% range damage reduction from being partially revealed as well. 175, 419. Plague Champion almost level 4, being a huge pain in the arse with this Plague Fist. It's such an awesome build for him. This Strike Squad almost going down. Level 2, doesn't want to lose those guys. There's the Aura of Decay knockback from the Armor of Pestilence. Really good escape mechanism for the Plague Champion. 149, 419, double cap for Chaos, coming back so strong at the end of tier 2. I think all of the Grey Knight players going tier 3 was a mistake. You do have Grey Knight Terminators on the field though for Caeltos. Took a lot of damage, but they have that awesome splash power melee damage. And they have a wrist mounted Psy Cannon now. 136, 419. Chaos have both the naturals, and Caeltos is here. He has his level 2 Strike Squad forced off immediately though, and there's just too many things here for him to try and deal with. 126, 419. Those Doom Bolts are painful. This Blood Crusher has been so awesome. Winkel just didn't deal with it. Neither did Caeltos in the mid. He has the Nemesis Force Halberd, slash damage power melee, but is still not going to stand up to that Chaos Lord. Level 4, still causing havoc. Other captain of Riku's down. 112, 419, 2-to-1 cap for Chaos. They might get a triple. Nope. Grey Knights decap their natural again. 109, 419. Land Raider Crusader is dropped onto the field for Winkel. This is one of the global abilities for Grey Knights. Hurricane Bolters on the side sponsons. 6 bolters pretty much strapped together. The Crusader is a beast. Twin Assault Cannon and a multi-melter on the top as well. 102, 419. Is it a good choice versus Chaos though? Because they do have that Phobos. Noisy with double Plague Marines as well, and if Tyger gets a Chaos Predator with Marco Zinch, this thing is going to be in trouble. 93, 419. Blood Crusher even do a lot of damage to it. This guy's almost leveled up. Chaos Lord is forced to retreat. That's good for them. He's going to be retreating for a while, and they can use this respite with him not around to try and push some Zinch worship. There you see the Land Raider Crusader suppressing from range. This is its biggest asset, I think. A lot of DPS and suppression from range to infantry. 75, 419. Grey Knights are pushing back. Stormtroopers are there. Strike Squad is there. Still with an Incinerator for Winkel. Maybe they can't upgrade again to the Psy Cannon. Surely he would have by now if they could. Noise Marines shutting down that range weapons. Interceptors in there. These are Winklers, have their Justicar, and they have Nemesis Focus, and they have their grenades. Those are, that was a, what was that? crack grenade, I think it was. They also have psych grenades, which they don't have to pay for in terms of energy. They are free, which is pretty awesome for them. And look at this, Dark Riku has a Land Raider Crusader of his own. Grey Knights are going to get a 2-to-1. Might even get a triple here if they turn this around. Grey Knight Terminators for Caeltos and Paladins on the way. Is this a good map for Terminators though? Terminator variants of course cannot retreat, so if you're pushing them up to the other team's natural, they're going to be so isolated and exposed. For the captain of Winkel going down trying to cap. Interceptors teleporting in and instantly having to retreat with a mark of each predator, so this Crusader of Winkel needs to back the hell off. 53-391 double cap. This Blood Crusher still around. Been awesome. Really good choice for Pibb. He's now got a Phobos on the way, so this Crusader of Winkel is going to be under pressure soon. Riku doesn't want to overextend here. Caeltos does have his Terminators and his Librarian here. And the Terminator Librarian is awesome. Begins with the Purge ability. Debuffing damage resistance for 30 seconds it lasts for. Also has Codicum Aeternum here. Grey Knight Terminators with that Psy Cannon. Paladins also going for the Psy Cannon wrist mounted. These guys with that awesome heavy melee damage. Can they be a factor here? Crusader being chased by a Blood Crusher and a Mark of Tzeentch Predator. This is bad. Where's his repair unit? It's in retreat, so this is really bad. Big chunks of health coming off it. 53-339. Noise Marines won't do a lot to a vehicle. Here comes the Land Raider Phobos. Twin linked las cannons on both sides. Sponsons pretty much the worst nightmare of a Crusader from range. Still being chased down. You can't get rear armor hits on Land Raiders because they're big and badass like that, but they still hurt. Look how slow they are as well. Here is the repair unit. Paladins are here for Caeltos, so you can go after that Blood Crusher. These guys have a health regen and suppression resistance aura. No longer a buff aura in the traditional sense of damage resistance and damage buff. 53-312. That Land Raider is done for. They're going to chase it all the way back to base. And the Mark of Tzeentch Predator gets the last hit. I was going to say, if a Blood Crusher got the last hit on a Land Raider, that would be hilarious. What level is this guy now? He's still only level 2. That is unlucky. Paladins now chasing down this Chaos Predator. Can they get one more hit on it? These are Winkel's Paladins, and they don't need to, because Grey Knight Terminators are in retreat path there. Well, in the back off path. And Grey Knights have a triple. 53-271. So they took down the Land Raider Crusader, but there's still another one for Riku. Is he going to take it mid? Looks like he's hanging out in between, so he can try and support both sides, but he's going to stay mostly on the west. Noisy has a lot of resources and a lot of red. Are we going to see some Chaos Terminators? He still has double Plague Marines, and the great thing about Plague Marines versus a Land Raider Crusader is that they still fire their ranged weapons at the same rate when they are suppressed, so they don't really care that the Crusader is suppressing them. There's an Abyss. That is pain. That is so much pain. Wow. That was like 4 or 5 units, models going down, and big models as well, Marines. 53-206. And it's taking a lot of damage from those Plague Marines. They're getting their missiles off. Riku trying to teleport in his interceptors, but the Plague Marines are still exploding on death. 53-187. Brother Captain of Riku in retreat here. And here comes Caeltos to help him out. Is he going to get there in time? Even that Blastmaster getting big shots in. Plague Marines in retreat. Can he take them down? Takes down one squad. What are you guys doing? Turn back. Looks like one of the Plague Marine squads is going to get away, and Noisy did decap, but the Grey Knights will take it back. Red team have taken their natural back, so it's going to be a 2-to-1 for Grey Knights. Can they hold on? Riku now down to interceptors, level 4 purgation, well, with side cannons and that Land Raider Crusader, which badly needs repairs. There's the Dirge Caster on the Phobos, an awesome ability, a 3-second stun and a debuff which lasts a while, decreasing the damage of the debuffed units. I think it lasts around 15 seconds. You see hit on those paladins there. Now it's worn off. Paladins are chasing. I think they're overextending here. They're taking big chunks of damage from those las cannons. Marcos Zinch, CSM are there as well. Noise Marines for Pibb up to level 3. Down goes Chaos Terminators. Wow, Tyger lost some Lightning Claw Chaos Terminators there. That's a big victory for the Grey Knights, but can they sustain this push? I'm worried about them. 53-144. Grey Knight Terminators are backing away. Paladins having to walk all the way back to base. 53-139. Double-edged sword, the Land Raider Crusader for them. Phobos is so powerful against it, but they kind of needed it to keep these Terminator variants in play. This Chaos Sword is a beast. Level 6. Can they take him down though? I think they can, surely. 19 hit points, he gets away. Now the Phobos is pushing with a whole Chaos army behind it. Some Chaos Terminators for Pibb, gone for the safer autocannon option. Tyger still has triple Marcos Zinc CSM, level 3, level 3, and level 4. I dread to think the amount of damage those guys are putting out. Riku's Crusader under pressure from a great unclean one. His Noisies, 41-133. This guy's going to go down. The Phobos is coming in to finish it off, and this could be it for the Grey Knights. It's 2-to-1 cap for Chaos, and I don't see them coming back. Riku and Winkel don't have a lot left. Riku does have Paladins. In fact, they have 3 Paladin squads on the field. But do they have the mobility to make that count? There is an orbital on the blob of Chaos Space Marines. Who was that? I'm not sure who it was, but they made the mistake of putting all of the beams in the same place, which sounds like a great idea, but the first one knocks everything away, so the others miss. You need to spread out your beams. 11-133. Paladins of Riku going after the Phobos. Is he going to take this thing down? Doesn't matter, there's the double cap. And 133 on the count of 40 Chaos players. What an awesome game. I missed so much stuff. I didn't even know Tyger had Chaos Terminators there, but they went down. Noisy with the great and clean one at the end as well. Pretty awesome fights all around. That huge push from Grey Knights. I think they just kind of ran out of steam, unable to get their Terminator variants out of their Caeltos. Look at this ending army from him. Terminator Librarian. Grey Knight Terminators and Paladins also had a Rhino. There's double Stormtroopers with their proximity mines, which I don't think are performing that well at the moment. Didn't see them come into play in this game. We'll see in the others. So there is 1-0 to Chaos. We'll see if the Grey Knights can come back. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.